stars, the rule the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, hockey fans of all ages, hello, and welcome into the Rockland Ice Rink for today's MIAA Boys Varsity Hockey matchup. It is the Sandwich Blue Knights taking on your Abington Green Wave in a South Shore League contest. I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. Pleasure to be bringing you this game high above the ice in Rockland. The Green Wave had some questions coming into this season, of course, graduating their top-line center and their starting goaltender, Jake Quinn and Spencer Merrick. Those holes have been filled, and it has been an impressive outing. The Green Wave finished with a 1-1 draw in the season opener against Pembroke here last weekend. The lines for the Green Wave: Hunter Grafton moves over from top line wing to center. On his sides are Sam McDonald and Evan St. Martin. Colin Crocker is in the middle of the second line. Wilkinson, Declan McCarthy on the sides there. Campino is third line center. John McGrath and Sean Duggan on his wings. Colin McDermott is centering Matthew Grafton and Max Wilkinson. Defensive pitch for the Green Wave: Zach Buchagras is with Jacob Whitman. Jonathan Halpin is with Amani De Jesus, and Trevor Partington is with Nick Daly. Two extra skaters, Travis Swanson and AJ Nash. The two goaltenders for the Green Wave: Nicholas Harris and Matthew Pfeiffer. Harris earned that draw in that Pembroke game. He makes his first stop of the game there on the stick and covers up for the face-off 40 seconds into the first frame. He's got a .965 save percentage. He made 28 of 29 saves and just the one goal against. Green Wave back in action on Wednesday night against Blue Hills Regional right here at the Rockland Ice Rink. Meanwhile, the lines for the Sandwich Blue Knights: Ty Creighton is in the middle of Chris Cardillo and Jack Connolly. Harrison Delman is centering Braden Ramsey, Avery Richardson. Nicholas Buckland is centering Jack Hughes and Reese McKinnon. Braden Tobin is with Harrison Glover and Chris Rathburn. Sandwich's top pairing defenseman Shane Corcoran, an assistant captain, out of the lineup due to injury. He is normally paired with Logan Monk. Devin Tony's with Dylan McCabe. Connor Reed, Cooper Sassong, and Stephen Trombley is with Colin McQuaid. The goaltender for the Blue Knights is number 1 Quinn Johnston. He has not seen the puck as of yet, a minute and a half in. Sam McDonald scored the only Green Wave goal on the season. The assist went to Evan St. Martin. Up to the right of Harris. Sandwich intercepting in the neutral zone with number 4 Buckland. Buckland trying to get it up to Jack Hughes, unsuccessful in that effort. Sandwich is going to have to regroup in the neutral zone. They gain the attacking blue line. The shot blocked aside by number 7 for Abington. That's Zach Buchagras. Cooper Sassong keeps it in the attacking zone. Backhanded towards net. Harris sticks it aside to the near side corner. And Buchagras carries out, trying to spring himself, and gets tied up. The referee's arms stay down. Sandwich back the other way. They're caught in the middle of a messy line change. They've only got 4 skaters. Here comes a 5th. And now it's Whitman trying to go over to Buchagras. Sandwich intercepts in the corner. A one-timer attempt by Dylan McCabe. He whiffed on it. Buchagras gathers in behind the cage. A one-timer. Blocker saved by Harris. Off the referee's skate, and now gathered in by Cardillo. Abington pounds out to the neutral zone, and a fire wagon defensive change as they're able to get it in deep. 11:35 to go here in the first frame. Sandwich with numbers, but over skating the puck. And then a collision in the neutral zone. It was Grafton. Devin Mahoney. Sandwich gains the attacking line. A stick save by Harris. Harris seemed to be checking his skates at the bottom of his pads. That puck went up and off the glass, intercepted at the red line by Declan McCarthy. He'll dump in, and it takes a funny bounce into the net, and clock stops with 10:58 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Coach Brian Woodford has been here for a few years now at the helm of the Green Wave, has built a pretty impressive program, and now a bona fide junior varsity team is 1-0. They'll play against Archbishop Williams JV squad tomorrow. Hockey growing in the town of Abington. Also a co-op women's team starting. Last year was the first year of that with Norwell, and this year adding Scituate. 3 Green Wave skaters a member of that squad. Chris passing up to Crocker. Crocker, one of those multi-sport athletes that we like to talk about and highlight. Also a member of the Green Wave baseball team. A couple of impressive runs for him, including making it all the way to the state championship game with Coach Steve Paraxlis and the baseball squad. Shot blocked aside by the stick of Sean Duggan, who's also on the Green Wave football team. And Sandwich still circling around the offensive zone. It's been tilted ice. Another stick save by Harris. Just about 9:15 to go. Harris will stick this one up into the protective netting for a defensive zone draw. It'll come to his left. Harris sticks it aside from the side of his cage. Sandwich regathers it in. This one deflecting out in the low slot. It went wide of the net. Rattled around the boards to Jonathan Halpin. Sandwich creates a turnover. The shot blocked down by Halpin. And Sandwich able to regather it in again. The shot deflecting up into the netting. Clock stops with 8:33 to go. Thank you for tuning into this game and every game here on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. Whether live or played back, youtube.com/AbingtonCam02351/live. We've been there for the last handful of years. If you miss a live stream or maybe want to catch a town meeting or some other community-based programming, AbingtonCam.tv, the place to go for live streams of our cable access channels, on-demand video, and much, much more. 8 minutes to go, first period, just about halfway through. Sandwich has had a majority of the offensive zone time. Another shot sticked aside by Nick Harris. And Sandwich, the Blue Knights, able to gather in the rebound of that shot and keep it in the attacking zone. Another deflection up into the netting will stop the clock with 7:41 to go. Blue Knights win the face-off. However, quickly pickpocketed by Declan McCarthy. They'll dump it down, chased by Wilkinson. McCarthy one touch trying to force it through to Crocker, intercepted by number 17, and his shot into the glove of Harris. That was Devin Mahoney. Mahoney 2 assists on the season so far for the Blue Knights. Buchagras got dragged down, no call. Green Wave pounded out into neutral ice. Crocker dumps it across the attacking blue line, but not as deep as he was thinking. Sandwich on sides here. To the corner goes McCabe. Fire wagon change for Abington. They'll change 4 of 5. Now Sandwich trying to catch the Green Wave in that change. Slid towards Harris, mostly harmlessly. And he puts the trapper on it for the face-off with 6:21 to go. Still scoreless here in the first period. And Harris makes yet another stop. De Jesus gets it out to the red line before Sandwich takes it right back over. Towards net, stick save Harris, and he covers up the rebound. Jack Connolly, the senior captain, creating that chance for the Blue Knights. Sandwich wins the face-off. Shot deflected. Shot, another deflection out in the low slot area. Cardillo chases behind, tries to feed into the crease. It was blocked aside by the Green Wave defense. Sandwich buzzing around the offensive zone. And now it's Buchagras carrying out his long saucer pass, looking for St. Martin, didn't connect. There are 5 minutes to go here in the first. Trying to deke around Harris goes Cardillo, or rather that's Connolly. And a great defensive play by the Green Wave, and this one deflecting up into the netting. That was Buchagras and Grafton recovering on D for Abington. Another offensive zone faceoff for the Blue Knights. Another offensive zone faceoff win for the Blue Knights, and Harris has to put his trapper on it again. This one filtering through the traffic. Wilkinson overskated it. Halpin brings it around to De Jesus. Sandwich, another offensive zone turnover. This one deflected just wide of the far side post. The rebound gathered in by the Blue Knights. Wilkinson the first to touch it. He runs into the double team. Crocker. His self-pass looking to center for help and didn't connect. Now the Blue Knights looking to develop a 2-on-1. They have such. The shot off the tip of the glove of Nick Harris into the netting again. So I'll tell you what, that was probably the biggest question mark for the Green Wave, was how you were going to replace Spencer Merrick, who started all 4 seasons of his varsity tenure, well, 3+ a COVID year. And Harris has looked very impressive on the young season. Buchagras behind the net. Cycling around for Duggan, back to Buchagras. No penalties to this point in the first period. There's about 3 minutes left. Campino, his shot, blockered up. First real stop for Quinn Johnston. Duggan and Buchagras move into the corner. Buchagras intercepts the shot attempt. Poked down, and now it is number 8, Jack Hughes. He sends it around the end wall. Buchagras, after a couple of pit stops, the puck finds its way to his tape. Spin. What a great pad save by Harris. And it'll ultimately go for icing with 1:52 to go. Best save of the night for Nick Harris. Shot off the face-off into the glove. Let's another look at that first stop. Just a spinning shot. Great pad save. D-zone face-off win for the Green Wave. Evan St. Martin trying to feed it through to Grafton, and Sandwich double teaming the puck, able to come up with it. A shot off the tip of the glove of Johnston, and the Blue Knights send it all the way down. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the first period, still scoreless. The Sandwich Blue Knights, the Abington Green Wave, and a South Shore League tilt. Game before this one was a couple of more South Shore League combatants. The Rockland Bulldogs, we're going to have a penalty. The game's first. It'll be the Green Wave for interference. And it will be Jonathan Halpin heading to the sin bin for this tie-up. Right at the blue line. Little hip check. Coach Woodford doesn't like the call. Game's first power play, the Blue Knights. If they don't score, we'll have a minute on a fresh sheet. And this one ramps up and out of play. Offensive zone win for the Blue Knights. Crisp passing on the man advantage for Sandwich. The shot blockered away by Harris. 40 seconds to go in the period. Shot, stick save Harris, loose in the low slot at the hash marks. It's Bouchagras, and a great diving stop at the blue line to keep it in the attacking zone for number 6 on Sandwich. And another stop by Harris. What a sequence. Ty Creighton with a great play at the blue line to keep it in. Here's the sequence. The initial shot, save, loose. And then it's that diving stop that set up the second chance opportunity. Another shot, another glove save by Nick Harris with 16 and a half seconds left here in the first. Creighton moves in for the draw against Crocker. Crocker able to win it back. Gets tied up on the wall. Not necessarily the worst for the Green Wave. 8 seconds to go. A shot off the skate of Bouchagras. 3 seconds, 2 now, and one last second shot. Deflects to the end wall. And the Green Wave escape. It's the end of the first period. Still scoreless. The Blue Knights will have 56 seconds of power play time to begin the second period on a fresh sheet of ice. Nick Harris, the story of that first frame. Numerous stops keeping Sandwich off the board. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. Bring you second period right after this. It is scoreless at the end of one. Sandwich and Abington. Second period about to get underway here on Abington Community Access and Media. Scoreless after one. The Sandwich Blue Knights in Green Wave. Story of the first frame. Nicholas Harris in the crease for the Green Wave, making a whole boatload of stops and some very impressive ones at that. Sandwich will have about 55 seconds of power play time to start this second frame, and it starts off with a Harris stick save up into the netting. And there'll be a offensive zone draw for the Blue Knights. Once again, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson, bringing you all the action high above the ice here in Rockland. Blue Knights circling it around the offensive zone. Trying to have some clean possession. Here's Creighton at the top of the key. Creighton gets it back. shot. Might have got a piece of the blocker of Harris, and it goes all the way out into neutral ice. Kevin Mahoney unable to gain the zone. Now Grafton tries to chip it in deep. Creighton able to deflect it enough to prevent that opportunity. Jack Connolly recovers possession for Sandwich. Connolly gains the attacking zone. Shakes off the contact. We're back to even strength. Blue Knights 0 for 1 on the power play. That was the game's first man advantage. They still do have possession in the Abington Green Wave defense zone, and another solid looking glove stop by Harris. Shot deflected down by Jonathan Halpin. Sent out in front. Sandwich recovers in the attacking zone. Just missing the stick of Braden Ramsey. Ramsey puts it towards Harris from no angle. Harris sticked it to the end wall. Slapped out. Now it's Crocker trying to create an opportunity for the Green Wave. Crocker backhands towards net, sticked aside by Quinn Johnston. And the Blue Knights will take it back the other way, at least initially. Butchergrass taking the pass that went just a little bit too long. And another Green Wave penalty happened right in front of us. Interference, the call on Jonathan Halpin. A look at the penalty. It was just off the screen. Halpin getting tied up. With Braden Ramsey, and Sandwich 0 for 1, an impressive looking power play. However, unsuccessful their first time out just a few moments ago, and Harris makes another stop in traffic. Creighton sends it towards net. Loud pad save for Harris. Green Wave defense has looked very strong on their sticks. Another one deflecting up and out of play before it was allowed to reach Harris. Win back to Mahoney. He sent it towards net. It deflected away. Mahoney, slapper, deflected, and Harris, another stop. Minute 11 left on the man advantage, 11:52 in the period. St. Martin and Matthew Grafton. Come on. Blue Knights win the offensive zone draw. Shot, another glove stop. This one with no screen in front of Harris. Ty Creighton in with St. Martin for the draw. Got in front, missing on the one-timer was Creighton. It went wide. Blue Knights able to recover possession in the attacking zone. Butchergrass behind the net. We'll cycle back around two Blue Knights. That looked like a hook that went uncalled. 35 seconds on the man advantage for Sandwich. Again, able to keep it in the offensive zone with Devin Mahoney. Matthew Grafton trying to reach in. Reese McKinnon. Shot deflected to the glass. Mahoney. Cross zone pass. Blocker saved by Harris. 3 seconds on the man advantage. Off the post! Hit the post for Chris Cardillo. And then another pad save by Harris. Back to even strength. Crocker comes on. Green wave, and he will take possession and send it to the near side boards. Grafton able to bang it through the neutral zone. First time we've heard Iron Crocker right in front. He's unable to deke around, and then a wild sequence finds the net off of its moorings. We'll start with the turnover here on the far side boards. Grafton finding Crocker, who just couldn't get an angle. He was too close to net. Crocker sends it off of the end wall. Was Declan McCarthy able to keep it in the O-zone for Abington. Now 2-on-2 up ice for the Blue Knights. Shot off the very tip of the blocker for Harris. Trying to pick the far corner was number 16, Braden Ramsey. Shot loose and a goal! Sandwich finally able to find a rebound. And they lead 1-0. There it is from the initial shot. That came from Avery Richardson, and it looks like Braden Ramsey will be credited with that goal. 1-0 Sandwich. 9:38 to go in the second period. Indeed, Ramsey from Richardson. And now a dangerous turnover. Harrison Delman. Into the corner it goes. Here's Ramsey. Sean Duggan cycles around the boards. Now Duggan out to neutral ice for John McGrath. McGrath backhanding towards net. Johnston saw that one aside. And now it'll be a perhaps breakaway, getting dragged down. No call. Harris all the way out of his cage to play it. He gets tripped up, and now a penalty. It'll be tripping against Sandwich. The Green Wave will head to the man advantage for the first time today. Another wild sequence. Let's take another look. There's the deflection that led to the breakaway. Oh, they're just going to call offsides. No penalty. And that's where you could have got the tripping right there on Harris, and the ref's arms went up immediately. St. Martin almost losing an edge, able to stay balanced. Halpin slings it across neutral ice for St. Martin. He gains his own, puts one on Johnston, who grabs it in his trapper. 8:01 to go. St. Martin gains the zone. Tried to backhand it. Now it will be taken by Amani De Jesus. Blue Knights are about the Green Wave attack and send it all the way forward. Pass from Connolly, a step behind. And now a penalty, and Halpin will get tagged again as he took down one of the Blue Knights. Interference to call again. Halpin in for his third penalty. And there it is, the interference. Oh for 2 are the Sandwich Blue Knights on the man advantage. 7:15 to go, second period. Looking for the deflection. Didn't come from Delman. And now it's the Green Wave, shorthanded 2-on-1. Here's Grafton, he dekes, he shoots. It's sticked aside by Johnston. Best opportunity of the night for the Green Wave, and it came shorthanded. And now offsides. Rightly called by the officials. 1:27 to go on the man advantage. Jack Connolly in for the neutral zone face-off, able to win it against St. Martin. Taking a tour of the attacking zone is Chris Cardillo. Shot, this one goes well high above the crossbar. And the Green Wave send it all the way down the river. Gathered in by Richardson. He'll leave for Cardillo. Cardillo tried to deke around Butchergross, didn't work. Another one slung towards net. That came from the stick of Mahoney. 42 seconds left in the power play. 6 minutes in the period. A shot and another great stick. That one, Matthew Grafton. The sophomore deflecting it up and out of play. .30 seconds remain in the Sandwich power play. Cardillo across the zone, a shot and a goal, 5-hole. And it is number 10, the first man to the bench, Reese McKinnon. And right off a face-off, let's take another look. A one-timer connecting for Sandwich. They lead 2-0. Sam McDonald takes over. One-timer from Butchergross, and that is sent up and out of play. Cardillo will get the lone assist on the goal for Reese McKinnon. 1 for 3 on the man advantage now is Sandwich. McDonald, small amounts of space. He is forced to backhand it to the stick of Ramsey. The Green Wave recover it in neutral ice. Slap towards net, looking for a possible deflection from McDonald, who was coming through the slot. St. Martin slings it around for McDonald. McDonald back for Buchagras with some space. The shot looking for the Green Wave stick on the far post with St. Martin. Now it's Buchagras comes in. St. Martin launches a shot. That was deflected away. Grafton shoots. A blocker saved by Johnston. Grafton carrying towards the high slot. That's deflected away by one of the defenders out in front. Buchagras keeps it and sent it. The goalie, Johnston, didn't know where it was. It went about half a foot wide of his post. 3:52 to go in the second period. 2-0 sandwich. Crocker sends it towards net and scores! Crocker put it off of the rib cage of Johnston and found the back of the net. That'll go as Crocker unassisted. Here it is again. He took the deflection then from no angle below the circle. Puts it off the side of Johnston into the back of the net. And just like that, Abington back in it 2-1. Cullen Crocker's first goal of the campaign. Creighton, stick save by Harris. The rebound was hairy for a second as it popped out. Halpin recovers. Now Crocker creates the turnover in the neutral zone. Tries to send it towards net. Onsides. Bodies flying everywhere. Now a 3-on-1 for the Blue Knights. The shot goal! Sandwich finds the answer on the 3-on-1. And just like that, they regain the 2-goal lead. Here's another look. Crisp passing. And that poke check right there is what created that 3-on-1. It'll be Cardillo and Creighton on the assist. Connolly the goal scorer. He's got his second. (3-1) Sin. 2:50 to go. Second period. McDonald tried to get it out to Grafton. Blocked shot. It's with Martin. Evan St. Martin dumps and chases. .2:15 remain in the second period. This one will get close enough to Harris to make a play on it. Dangerous pass. McDonald comes up with a defensive stand. Sam McDonald has it taken off of his stick by Avery Richardson. Now McCarthy all the way towards net. Icing waved off as it hit one of the Blue Knights in neutral ice. Half change on for the Green Wave with 90 seconds to go in the frame. Blocked aside by Halpin. And a penalty coming here, I believe, against Sandwich. Two-minute boarding penalty on Harrison Delman. There's Delman in the far corner. And there's the hit. Not necessarily a crushing hit, but he did take De Jesus into a dangerous area. Green Wave have a minute 12 here in the second. If they don't score, they'll have about 40 seconds on a fresh sheet. Towards net, loose, and a quick whistle. The puck was loose underneath the goalie, and Coach Woodford wants an explanation as to why that was whistled down. Here's another look in slow motion. Out in front, that's where the whistle occurred. Very quick whistle as the puck was filtering its way through the 5-hole of Johnston. 55 seconds to go in the period, 1:38 on the power play. Creighton spins with it, and his clearing attempt blocked. Grafton on the near side post, couldn't find it. St. Martin over to Halpin. Halpin backhands and then gets it right back from Buchagras. McDonald. Buchagras shoots, deflected into the netting. Clock stops with 30 seconds. Grafton and Richardson in on the face-off. Halpin chases it all the way down. And then Sandwich strong on the stick, able to create the turnover. Halpin, miscommunication. 15 seconds to go, and Sandwich trying to capitalize on that turnover. 20 seconds, a lot of tie-ups all over the ice. McDonald gains his own with 5 seconds in the period. And Sandwich is going to escape. At the end of the second period, it's 3-1. Sandwich on top. All of those goals scored in the second period. That's where we stand after 2. 3-1. We'll step aside, take a quick break, and bring you the third period of action right after this. Hello and welcome back into the Rockland Ice Rink. We thank you for bearing with us through some technical difficulties. We're about 5 minutes into the third period. Sandwich still leading 3-1 over the Abington Green Wave. I am Mad Dog Matt Nelson, bringing you all the action high above the ice here for Abington Community Access and Media. Green Wave unsuccessful on that about minute of power play time they had on a fresh sheet to start the third period. Across the 10-minute mark, the lone goal scorer for the Green Wave, Cullen Crocker. This one sent high and wide by Reese McKinnon. He scored the latest Sandwich goal. pile up in the near side corner. Halpin comes away with it. And then swept away by Manny De Jesus. So go all the way down for icing against the Green Wave. The faceoff will come to the left of Harris. Butchergross through for McCarthy. Captain might have deflected off of one of the members of the Green Wave bench. They're kind of looking around, wondering why there wasn't a whistle. Cardillo. A one-timer, that zings high and wide and into the protective netting. Came from the stick of Jack Connolly, who had the second sandwich goal. Ty Creighton had the other sandwich tally. Green Wave cleared all the way down. McDonald gets held up, trying to make a break for it. No call. McDonald lifts the stick, comes up with a turnover. For Grafton's shot, pad save, rebound chance, pops up loose and goes to the end board. Sandwich will fling it, but not out. Good play at the blue line to keep it in was Jonathan Halpin. De Jesus tried to tee up the slap shot. That deflected out wide. 6:45 to go in the third period. De Jesus to the red line for St. Martin. His saucer back for De Jesus is going to be taken by Sandwich, and making him pay for that was Evan St. Martin. A crushing, clean hit. Another look at the contact. St. Martin coming across the zone and shoulder to chest. 6:25 to go. Butchergross presents another defensive zone turnover. Then gets taken down. Still no call. Green Wave have only had one power play so far today. The Sandwich is 4. Sandwich hitting the bank on one of those 4-man advantages. Matthew Grafton in the corner for Colin McDermott. Fourth line on for the Green Wave. John McGrath leaves it behind. Campino got screened by the official. Buchagras. Rubs Reese McKinnon off of the puck. 5:15 to go. Green Wave need 2. And Matthew Grafton unable to prevent the icing with 5:09 remaining. A one-timer pad save by Harris. Second chance, Halpin bangs it to the end boards. Feather up ahead for Hunter Grafton. His self-pass. He'll have to take it to the near side corner. St. Martin settles it down. De Jesus, the shot, pad save by Johnston. Rebound taken by Creighton, but McDonald keeps it in the offensive zone. McDonald gets tripped up, and that is going to be a power play for the Green Wave. Ty Creighton headed to the sin bin for tripping. McDonald strong on his stick and comes up with a couple of turnovers and then gets tripped up right there. Sandwich wins the face-off. Halpin can't corral it at the blue line. Has to chase it back. 4:20 to go in the period. 150 on the Abington power play. Just their second of the game. Unsuccessful on their first attempt. Harris taps it down for Halpin. Buchagras. Skating around Avery Richardson. Richardson with it now. He's unable to get around Halpin. And now it's Grafton. Buchagras tees up the slapper. Didn't get all of it. It went wide. Halfway through the Abington power play. 3:20 remains in the third period. Grafton takes it himself. A tour of the attacking zone. Finds McDonald. McDonald slings one from just below the faceoff dot into the glove of Johnston. 40 seconds remain on the power play. Sandwich another face-off win. They have been the better team in the dot today. De Jesus is going to get called for the trip. And that will negate the rest of the Abington power play. Four on four for 23 seconds now, after which Sandwich will have about a minute and a half of power play time. They've struck on one-man advantage. Harris makes a blocker save there. 10 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. 2:36 remains in the period. Declan McCarthy. Halpin backhands it around. Crocker in the corner for McCarthy. Sandwich comes away with it. Chris Cardillo's shot goes above the crossbar to the end glass. Blue Knights keep it in. Change 1 for 1. Cardillo, top of the key, is shot. Glove save by Harris. A minute and 6 of power play time for the Blue Knights. 1:58 remains in regulation. Grafton able to win the face-off back. And now a penalty is going to go against the Green Wave. I think that's Butchergrass. It is, who's going to get called for boarding, I believe. You guys be the judge. Right behind the net, Butchergrass on this hit. Called for boarding. Makes it a 5-on-3 for 55 seconds now. A lot of space out there. Connolly, Creighton, Cardillo on. Cardillo with it now. His shot hit the tip of the glove of Harris. Able to recover it was Devin Mahoney. Cardillo's long pass, a headhunter for Avery Richardson. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. And it deflects out into the neutral zone. Halpin parked in front of Harris. Hunter Grafton. A shot and a goal. And St. Martin came onto the ice. Makes it 4-1 Sandwich. Cardillo was the first man in, and he just picked the top corner. Five on four now for another minute and 10 seconds. And unless Sandwich scores again, this game will end. And now we're going to have, I believe, another penalty. This one goes against Braden Ramsey of the Blue Knights. Right off of the face-off. See if we can see it right in front of the Abington bench here. Little slash, I believe. So we go back to 4-on-4 for the duration. And icing against Sandwich. Well, score does not dictate how well Nick Harris played today. .40 seconds to go. McDonald's for St. Martin. Slapped all the way across the attacking zone for Halpin. A nifty pass down to Grafton. Out in front! And no Green Wave stick could find it just above the crease. 20 seconds to go. Another quick whistle by the official. We saw Abington get robbed of a goal earlier from that. Another Abington penalty, and it'll now be a 4-on-3 with boatloads of space out there. Just 17 seconds left. Coach Woodford's venting his frustrations to one of the refs. Sandwich wins the face-off. The shot blocked aside in front. Cardillo trying to come up with a second chance opportunity. And he'll carry out into the neutral zone with 5 seconds, and he will just dribble it out. Sandwich comes up with a 4-1 victory over the Green Wave. In the second game of the season, the Green Wave fall to 0-1 and 1. The Blue Knights get their first win on the season, a final of 4-1. The Sandwich Blue Knights defeating the Abington Green Wave. I want to thank you for watching this game and every game here on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. On behalf of everyone here at ACAM, our executive producer Kevin Tachi, our cameraman Matt Lyons, I am Mad Dog Matt Nelson, and we will see you next game.